Hey guys, Stitch is here, and welcome back to some more Let's Play Pokemon Legends Arceus. In the past few episodes, things have gotten a little serious, so I thought I should show this background that shows up on the title screen. We just get this eerie temple. Anyways, last time we made it here to Verity Cavern in Lake Verity to take on Mesprit's trial, in which we battled and caught a Goodra. I also want to talk about something real quick that I think might make some people angry, but some people might not actually care about. And it's about Melvin. I'm going to be cutting Melvin from the team a little bit. And there is a reason why, and it's because there is a much more appropriately leveled Zoroark that we can obtain. So it's not that Hisuian Zoroark is necessarily rare, it's just kind of rare. So Melvin's actually just getting full-on retired. So, yeah. Anyways, let's exit Verity Cavern. Looks like that worked out well, Akari. I must say, you know an awful lot about Hisui, Volo. I suppose a merchant like you sees all sorts of things in their travels. That's right. You could say it's because I'm a merchant, but mostly, I'm just naturally filled with curiosity. I want to know exactly what happened in the past that led us to this particular present. Or, more accurately, I suppose, I want to know where I came from and where I'm headed. I want to know my path, so to speak. The same goes for me. Our clan settled at the very spot where our forebears once beheld Almighty Sinnoh. But I have still never seen Almighty Sinnoh for myself. Weighty matters to ponder for sure, but we have a more important task before us. Do you want to return to Mistress Kogita's home? Let's go back. Perfect. I'd like to see what she thinks of our progress. Ugh. Forgot how eerie this game felt. It's been a while since I recorded. I just uploaded episode 40 like yesterday, which was Sunday. Oh god, I forgot how creepy you are. Mesprit's plume. What was your voice? Mesprit's plume. So the legends told it true. Then the red chain must be real as well. I beg your pardon, Kogita ma'am, but what do these Pokemon that represent the mind have to do with this red chain, and why? Exactly should it bind the world? Your doubt suggests a keen intellect. I see you're not your clan's leader for nothing. Without the mind, were the rift to widen and the very world to end, would we even know it? One might even say the world, time, space, all creation, exists only because our minds are there to perceive it. Perhaps the red chain's purpose is to let one see creation as it truly is. What? So does the mind create the world? But isn't it the other way around? Or is it? Such are myths, my child, teaching us about the world in their own incomprehensible ways. They urge us to think more for ourselves on the nature of Almighty Sinnoh and on the nature of the world in which we dwell. You're absolutely right. Myths and legends are such fascinating things to study. If I ever did a voice for Volo, I kind of just dropped it. In any case, all we have to do is complete 2 more trials, and then we'll get the red chain. How nonchalant you sound. How confident of successes to which you contribute nothing. You tag along only for the chance to gawk at more ancient ruins. Damn, Volo just got roasted. He didn't even deny. Kogito. More and more human voices echo throughout Hisui with the growth of your galaxy team. Ah, yes, the team. I got so confused, by the way. So I booted up the wrong save file again, which happens very frequently, because if you don't know, this is on a side account that I have. What is this? Oh, is this just flowers? What was I saying? I forget. Oh, by the way, I will not be covering Adaman's side of the story. At least not in this. I might in a bonus video if I can remember. Adaman's story pretty much goes very similar, but he has different pieces of commentary based on his character. There's also a difference with the boss fights, which I'll talk about. Anyways, for now, we need to decide whether we're going to Lake Valor or Lake Acuity. I think we'll be doing Lake Valor. Next for this video. Like I mentioned last video, if I mentioned it at all, but I meant to. I will be only doing one of the trials per video, and then we'll continue onwards past it, so. I also did briefly skim I did vaguely skim ahead to kind of see, hey, what is, what is this? So we can do either the trial of Lake Valor, or we can do the trial of, what's the other lake? Acuity? But this time, I think we're going to talk to Abra here so we can switch out our Pokemon. I did catch that Hisuian Gudra, no? Oh, there it is. So Hisuian Gudra, I kind of want to talk about, because this is our newest team member. I've decided to keep the Pokemon we capture kind of on reserve as well. So Hisuian Gudra is kind of interesting. So Gudra was a pseudo-legendary Pokemon introduced in Generation 6. Pseudo-legendary Pokemon have a certain stat total that puts them on par with legendary Pokemon. Typically, they're also part of the slow experience group. And while not a requirement, a lot of them are dragon type, or at least very kaiju-like in nature, meaning they're very monstrous looking. The pseudo-legendaries include... the pseudo-legendaries tend to include none other than Dragonite, Tyranitar, Metagross, I think also Salamence, but I have to look up if Salamence is a pseudo-legendary. Let me go on the Bulbapedia list real quick. Yeah, so it's Dragonite, Tyranitar, Salamence, and Metagross. Generation 3 being one of the few generations to actually feature 2 pseudo-legendaries for some reason. Garchomp, Hydreigon, Gudra in Generation 6, and of course here again in Legends Arceus with a new form. Como-O in Generation 7, Dragapult in Generation 8, and later in Generation 9 we would get a pseudo-legendary Pokemon named Baxcalibur. So, in the original Generation 6, though, Gudra was a pure dragon type, which was weird considering every other fully evolved pseudo was dual typed. This also makes Gudra one of the weakest because it's more defensive, but it didn't have a good defensive typing in Generation 6, especially because Dragon gained the fairy type weakness in Generation 6. So, Hisuian Gudra kind of has some better filling out due to it being a steel type. Additionally, Gudra is actually heavily based on a slug. On a slug slash snail, despite it being a dragon type. Hisuian Gudra takes more after the snail portion. Anyways, by default, this one knows Iron Tail, Dragon Pulse, Shelter, and Hydro Pump. Iron Tail is a steel move that's 100 power but 75% accurate. Dragon Pulse is a 80 power dragon move that in this game just doesn't miss. Shelter is a status move which makes its skin hard as a shield, raising its defensive stats and also its evasion, so that's a fairly good move. And of course, Hydro Pump. Gudra is also a male, so yeah. Anyways, I do want to say that Melvin is going to be benched, like permanently. Also, for the next fight, I'm gonna bring back in Zaldin. And I'm gonna be quite honest, I think we might be sticking with this team a bit more. This team kind of just fills out better. So, you know. Now, as for naming Gudra here, we are going to name him Gooey. Okay, I know that doesn't seem like a creative name, but this does have some inspiration. Pretty recently, you may have noticed I started playing Kirby's Dream Land 2, and in that game as a sort of Easter egg character, a character named Gooey appears. Additionally, we're also going to swap Gooey's moves around. But yeah, I always thought Gudra, by the way, was a poison dragon. There is a poison dragon in Gen 6, but it is not the pseudo. It was a Pokemon called Dragalge, which is a 2-stage evolution with its pre-evolution Skrelp. Anyway, you can switch out Iron Tail for Iron Head. Iron Head is 80 power and 100% accurate. In normal games, this has a chance to flinch, but I guess that's just not a thing here. Anyway, these are kind of our moves for now, because unfortunately, we actually do not have access to Zisu's help. I do also want to change around the moves I have here on Scallop. That was not what I wanted to do. I did not want Aqua Jet. Specifically, we're removing... If I can think about it. We're going to remove Icy Wind for Swords Dance. And... Oh, do I not have False Swipe on you? I thought I did. Oh, I must not have ever taught it to you. Oh. Welp. I guess we're not changing anything. I thought he had False Swipe. Oh, well. It's not a big deal. It just would have made things easier. But Gooey is going to be the main focus of today's video. Anyways, we are going to be going out. I guess I should talk to Volo and see if he has anything to say. Something you need? Well, you've... Oh, yeah, that's right. He's just the store. I do recommend that if you need Pokeballs right now, you buy them. You can go out and grind and craft Pokeballs. During this point in time, by the way, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but the caution music and the music for actually battling a Pokemon are quite different. Excuse me. I had to sneeze and didn't have enough time to mute my mic. Normally, if I have to sneeze or fart or something, I mute the mic. Even though most of the time it filters out if I fart. That's not what I wanted. Anyways, we're gonna be going to the Mirelands camp. But, yeah, to kind of get an idea, I guess I'll go up to this Badoo. Here's the new battle theme. So yeah, I thought I'd just show that off so you guys could actually hear that. Anyways. We're gonna go to the Diamond Settlement. I don't know if there is actually any new dialogue at these settlements. It's kind of a weird thing, but yeah. Anyways, as we come over here, there will always be a Pokemon fight of some kind out here, by the way. You know about Lake Valor? It's said to have been formed by a volcanic eruption, much like Lake Verity. Though there are also other theories that say it was carved out in the midst of a Pokemon battle. This lake is protected by the Pokemon Azelf. When Azelf took flight, the will to do what needs to doing was born in people's hearts. Or that is what the legend would have us believe. Arc phone is beeping. Your DoorDash driver has arrived. Okay, I do have to admit, I use DoorDash, like, way more than anyone should. Like, I have the fucking DoorDash Dash Pass service, and I, like, DoorDash a very, very concerning amount. Like, there was definitely at least a few weeks where I DoorDashed, like, almost every day. Let's hit an Akari. Imagine a strong Pokemon could wait inside, protecting the Pokemon of the lake. And there is, I believe this one is Overquill, which is a, I think a water poison type. Though I think it's Poison Dark now that I think about it. You know, I wonder, is this even the... Same. Okay, this was in Verity Cavern. I was like, I wonder if this is, if Gooey is even the right guy. I don't think I have the Swap Snack on me. Swap Snack is good with Pokemon like Gooey, by the way, because you can use the Swap Snack to give it insane fucking compatibility. Also, I have a Star Piece in my inventory. I didn't realize that. Anyways, let's enter. What an eerie space. Why would there be columns inside of a cave anyway? That thing. So this is an Overquill. This is the evolution to a Hisuian Quillfish. Watch yourself, Akari. Those quills look vicious. So naturally, you will want to go against a Poison and Dark type Pokemon. Not with Psychic Pokemon, but with Ground and Steel Pokemon. Rock, ground, and steel Pokemon. Steel Pokemon aren't super effective against it, but they cannot be poisoned, and additionally, they resist poison attacks. Jeez, imagine your eyes being obscured with it. First said fishy. I forgot the battle theme actually played in here, too. We also resist that. We'll start off by using Shelter to give ourselves some better stuff. So we're now sheltered for a few turns. This is gonna do more damage. This is gonna do the most damage because I'm Steel type, so I think Dragon Pulse. Is certainly a way to go. This Overquill is female. I don't know if the genders are preset on these Pokemon. Oh, you took to the Pokeball pretty easily. But the main reason I added Goodra to the team, by the way, is because he's an alpha Pokemon, and I don't think I have added an alpha Pokemon to the team yet, which was something I wanted to do the whole project, but I knew you could do it, Akari. You feel a mysterious presence. Is that the fucking letter A? Alright. It's gonna speak with me. Show to me unyielding will. Strike me if you can. With, wait, bombs. Are you meant to try to hit Azelf with them? Where'd he go? You seem to hear a voice inside your head. Will you abandon this folly? I'm not through yet. Seems you had best give up. Will you continue regardless? I'm not through yet. Now, I think all you have to do is keep trying. Seem to hear a voice. Give up. You struggle in vain. Will you yet press on? I'm not through yet. Take this piece of the spirit to bind the world once more. Bro, what is that anti-aliasing on me? I don't even know what that was. We got Azelf's Fang. Proof that you've completed this trial set by Azelf, the being of willpower that lives in Lake Valor. This item is needed to forge the red chain. That looked exhausting, but only one more to go now. Azelf is pretty interesting. Being one of the 3 Lake Guardians and the embodiment of willpower, it's got some pretty interesting lore with it. I'm not sure if I went over the lore of Mesprit previously. But it's got some interesting lore. And in Japanese, it's actually called the God of Willpower, which I think is interesting. And personally, I've always interpreted these 3 Pokemon as very feminine. They're considered genderless and don't have any known gender associated with them. Azelf, like the other 2, by the way, is also pure psychic, so... you know. Anyways. I'll end this off the same way I ended off the last one. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, you should be sure to hit the like button. You should also subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notifications. Additionally, you should check out the links in the description. There's links to my social media pages on Blue Sky and Twitter. There's a link to my Twitch page where I occasionally live stream. Additionally, there's also a link to my Ko-fi page where for $3 a month, you can become a monthly member and get access to exclusive or early content. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.